clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Wait a minute. So today, your section have lab, right? DBMS lab.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll share it first. The syllabus of laboratory. Okay. I'm sorry, I went on mute. I have unmuted. Thanks for reminding. So this is your laboratory syllabus, and these are the 8 experiments. Coming to the first one, it's your experiment. So before that, just I'll tell you. So these, the first one up to the seventh one, these you have to do. Okay, if I discuss the theory concepts, then you can easily able to do all these 7. But coming to the 8th one, you have to do the mini project. Okay, so not everyone have to do all these tasks. Okay, we will divide the students as groups. So we will give just one case study to a particular group. So they have to do the work on the specific one which I've given to you. Okay. Uh, yeah, coming to the first one, develop a sample ER model for the specified database. Here, ER is nothing but entity relationship model. ER is entity relationship model. So whatever the taken database, okay, whatever you are going to take the database, okay, maybe if you consider um, a university is example application. So for the university, definitely there will be the number of tables. So what is the diagrammatic representation? Why they have included this one as a first experiment in your laboratory? Because even if you do a simple project also, we have to go at first with the design part, right? So this helps you a lot for you to how we have to relate if for a specific application, if there are number of tables, how do we are going to relate the tables? Okay, so that we can learn from here entity relationship model. So I'm stop sharing this. Let us go with the theory syllabus and let us check whether we have this ER model concept in the theory syllabus. Yes. So here in the first module only, we have the third chapter that was completely about ER model. Okay. So in this, okay, at first we have to know what is the entity and what is this relationship between what we have to uh, maintain, okay, relate to the other entities. How do we can be able to relate to the other entities from the specific entity? So we have to know about each and every concept. So today we'll discuss up to relationship sets. Okay, we'll try to finish so that you can start even in the even in your first lab. You can be able to do the first experiment if we finish somewhat somehow the first half concepts in the ER model. Okay, and stop sharing this. I will now share the PPT with you. Okay. So this is ER model. It's a simple ER, but before we go through the diagrams, let us know the terminology of ER and all. So ER is E for entity and R for relationship. So how do we relate logically the entities? That is the concept of ER. Actually, it has three components. The three components are the first one entity sets, second one attributes, relationship set. What are these components? Okay, so what is this entity sets? We don't know at least what is an entity. Then how do we know that what are the entity sets? Okay, so that we'll discuss with a direct example. Let me give you some more columns here to the taken student So here the example table is student. Okay, and whatever the column names are there, okay, actually the terminology of the table is what are this and what are this? Yes, in Excel sheet, according to the Excel sheet at least, or else if we add a table. మీరు టైం టేబుల్ డిజైన్ చేసి ఉంటారు కదా, హ్యావ్ యూ డిజైన్ ద టైం టేబుల్ in CW lab?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then what is the terminology of this? What are these 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, very good. Rows and columns. I request students, even if you message me, I have to click on charts and have to see. If you know the answers, then you can just unmute yourself and thereby you can say the answer. Then again, you just mute from your end. Okay, so that we can utilize the time for more theory and practical also as well. So these are the records. And okay, rows. Rows are nothing but this roll number 1. Okay, it is nothing but it gives us the student 1 record. So all these are called as plural records. So student 1 record, student 2 record, student 3, student 4. And coming to this 3, roll number, name, age. You know what are these 3 in normal table terminology? What are these 3? ఒక టేబుల్లో రోస్ ఉంటాయి, ఇంకా ఏముంటాయి? ఎస్, columns. Okay, roll number, name, age, these are the columns. And the table name of this is called as an entity here. So what is the entity of this? What is the entity now?
Student, ma'am.
Yeah, student is the entity. Okay, and these are the rows and these are the columns. In DBMS terminology, the columns are called as attributes. So you might get a doubt like, what is the definition of the attribute? See, for a student, what are the features? What are the features? Not I'm asking physical features. Okay, related to the academics. What will be the features? It has a specific properties. Okay, at least tell me the properties of a student. He has roll number, name, age. Okay, apart from these 3, any other for a student? Marks and tell me. And any other? Any other? I'll write down here then. Don't you have phone numbers? Phone numbers unnaya student ki? You're not giving the student your phone numbers to the CATS department? How do you are getting the alerts to your phone?
We gave, ma'am.
Yes, so that is also one of the feature or whatever you can say, it's a property. Phone number. So any other inka emana important features or whatever it is, the columns of an entity, student, any other? Oh, good. Gender, email. I appreciate the students, those who have renamed their participant names with their names followed by their PIN numbers. And so marks, CGPA, phone number, email. Okay, I'm writing here email, gender. Okay, these are the See, actually, in this slide, we just kept here only 3 columns, but still it has many of these features or properties. Understand? What is an entity? What are the attributes? What are the records? Understand? Shall I go forward? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm erasing. So next, I'm talking about this ER, which helps us to draw the diagrammatic representation of a taken database. So what are the, then we have to know what are the symbols for the entity. Okay, student is an entity. What is the symbol for the entity? And what are the symbol for the attributes that we have to know? Okay, so let us go with the diagrammatic representation. Yes, this is a simple ER diagram, representation as ER diagram. Say here, the student is an entity. So whatever the tables that will be there for the taken application, so the entities should be placed with a rectangle and these ovals. Okay, these ovals are used to represent the features of a student entity called as attributes. So for the attributes, we should represent the attribute names within a oval. Understand the difference? Understand? So then anybody can tell me, are you have you seen the difference among the attributes? Have you seen any difference? There is a difference. I have represented some attribute differently. Anybody? Just look into the diagram deeply and tell me what is the difference. Yes? Didn't get you? Anybody guess? నేను ఎవ్వరిని ఏమీ అననమ్మా.
Underscore.
Yeah, very good. What's your number?
39.
Very good, Bhargavi. Underscore. So for which entity, for which attribute I kept that's not underscore, underline. For which attribute I kept the underline? Yeah, roll number. Then why do I mistakenly kept the underline for the roll number? If it is not mistakenly I kept intentionally, if I kept underline for the roll number, then why could not I can put the underline for the name and days? Because there is a specific reason. I'll ask you the general question. Total, how many of the students are there in your section now? Yes. Total, how many?
60, ma'am.
60.
60, right? So, out of 60 students, uh, the values of the name, I mean that whether any of the some students have the same name, at least 2 persons have the same name in your section. No.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so name has the duplicate values. Not duplicate, but it has some redundant. You can say redundant because the same value, if the column has, okay, for the different records, then we can say the redundant values are there. Okay, and coming to the age, obviously the age values are of maximum similar, right? Antena, is it correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So has some common values. It also have sometimes it may I may not say that every time in each section they have at least two persons are the same names. No, not like that. Okay, so sometimes, but we are not sure that name has unique values. No, it has some redundant copies. These are the attributes but have some redundant values. But coming to the roll number, uh, in your section, okay, the values of the roll number are different, are unique, or it has some redundant values?
Unique, ma'am.
Unique. So that is what we kept underline. Suppose నేను if I call CRs, or else నేను I'll not just concentrating only on the CRs, those who are actively participating in my labs or theory, I'll I'll just give the importance these persons also along with the CRs. Okay, but I want to like make all of the students should be active in my class and lecture arts, sorry, lab arts also. But I'm just now only saying, for the lab session everybody have to turn on your videos. Okay, if you had any issues, okay, there is no problem for me, but don't log into the Zoom. If you have any issues, then you just go and resolve those issues, because you cannot even if you get the marks, but there is no use. Okay, see, that is what I'm saying. So now, uh, suppose I called somebody from your section, and um, after I call them, then if I just ask them to give the information for a particular student, okay, then that person asked me at first, ma'am, okay, you want some specific student detail. So, who is that person which you want the details? Okay, then what he will ask, ma'am, at least tell me the roll number. Okay, so if I know their roll number, I can get the all the information, all whatever it is, marks, CGPA, okay, CGPA, and phone number, and mail, mail IDs, their parents' phone number also, parents' phone number. Okay, am I get this information or not? If I once know their roll number, even okay, not physically also. If I want to know anybody's information in GLearn portal, already the Geetam is maintaining one database. So there one table is existing, that is student. So see, it is a real-time example. That is what an university is a real-time example, because it's having some database. So in that database, student is a table, nothing but the entity. So this entity has all this information. Okay, if I enter the student number in GSIS, student information system, okay, in GSIS, then I will get all the information. Along with this, I will get some textual information also. Okay, so what he had done, how many backlogs were there, and for each semester, how much he has scored. Okay, and not only ZPA, CGPA, I will get. Okay, so like this, all information I will get. Okay, using one attribute, using one attribute. So that is called as a. So now tell me, among all these three attributes, which one is important? Which one is important?
Rule number.
Roll number. So we can call this one is also a key. If you have the key of your room, okay, so you can enter into there, into that particular room. If you don't have a key, If you locked, suppose if you don't have a key, you cannot enter into the room, right? So if I had this, then I can be able to know everything. So that is what in the DBMS terminology, they kept this key, this kind of attributes as a key attribute. Sorry, I'm writing with the pen. Okay, so if you are not able to understand, so ask me one more time. Then this is a key attribute and these are the attributes, but they also have some names. Okay, we don't have like all the attributes which are of similar type of the attribute. Okay, every feature of you as related to the academics, every feature of you has the separate type. Okay, so that we will discuss. So that is what here roll number is a primary key. It can identify each entity uniquely. Thus, by using student's roll number, a student can be identified uniquely. Understand now the meaning? So then what is the entity sets? Here we kept here. The three components are entity sets. So we just, up to now, we just cleared about the attributes, entity. And what are these entity sets? Then the collection of the tables. That's it, right? Entity sets is nothing but what? Collection of the entities. Okay, let us go with the entity sets. It's a set of same type of entities. See, we have again the different types of entities also. Only the same set of entities called as the entity sets. మళ్ళీ మీకు డౌట్ రావచ్చు మ్యామ్ for each table it can be called as the name of the table is called as an entity. So are there any difference between the entities? No. Even the representation of the entity is also same. But there is a difference. What is the difference is, suppose if an entity has a primary key, nothing but the key, that is called as a strong entity. Because we can call this entity is an important one, because if you have the key, so with that you can know all the information. If you don't have this kind of thing, this kind of roll number, suppose for the student, if you don't have the roll number column, then even if you search something, it will give you wrong answer only. If you know the age, if you know the name, so maybe if you are searching for something with the name, then what you will do, you will get, instead of one person's detail, you will get some other person details. So it is not a strong entity. So whenever the entity which does not have this key, that is called as a weak entity. Understand? So entity is nothing but what? The table name. And okay, so and again there are two types of entities. One is strong and one is weak. So one strong entity which has, it can be called whenever it has the key. If it does not have the key, then it can be called as weak entity. So then what is the representation of strong entity and the weak entity is the diagrammatic representations. See here, entity set, strong entity set and weak entity set. So this is called okay, a strong entity, it can be represented within a single rectangular line, but a weak entity, it can be represented with a what? Double rectangular one. See, you will get the question on this symbols also, even in the mid. Okay, so that is what, remember this. strong entity, which will be represented within a single rectangular one, and the weak entity, it can be represented within a double rectangular one. Understand till now? Any doubts? I'm only speaking from 9 onwards, 9, 5. Yeah, tell me if you have any doubts. Ask me, otherwise I'll continue with the next slide. Okay. I got only response from one student. Thank you, roll number 43. But rename your participant name with your name also. Okay. Only 2 persons have understood my class. What about the others? What about others? See, because you are having lab, you have to listen carefully and you have to maintain even a book for the DBMS. Even if whatever I say, even if it is theory or practical, for practical you put 100 pages notes. And for the DBMS also, if you have 100 pages notes, okay, at least put the 100 pages. But I will suggest you for the theory, at least put 200 pages, because you have to draw everything and you have to remember. Because see, you can even write the exams well in online exams, that I know. Okay, and you also know as well. But what my suggestion is, get the knowledge. Okay, get the knowledge and remember these things, because you will be get questioned definitely on this, even in the written
Okay,
exam.
ma'am.
Even in the written exams also, you will you will get some kind of questions to solve. That is what it will be helpful for you. So these are the strong entity and the weak entity. And so whatever I discussed, this was theory. And see here, this is the simple ER diagram. So in this diagram, tell me how many of the entities are there? How many of the entities are there? Yes. Answer me, please. Instead of sending the messages, answer me. How many of the entities? Okay. Good. Okay, 2 entities. What are those then? What are those entities?
Student and course, ma'am.
Student and
Course.
course. Good. So, okay, we kept only single rectangular line. What does it mean then? Those are strong or those are weak?
Strong.
Strong. Very good. And so these are the features. These are the attributes for the course. So hence we have to connect with the attributes for that particular entity. We should not connect this student to the directly to the course ID. No, whatever the features of a student, that we have to connect to the student entity. And so in this simple or sample ER diagram, these 2 are the entities and these 4 are the attributes, and among 4, these 2 are the attributes for the student and these 2 are the attributes for the course. So now tell me, is there any key attribute for the course? Important attribute for the course?
Course ID.
Yeah, course ID. For the student, as usual, roll number
Student
ID.
ID.
Yeah, student ID. So these two are the, each entity has the primary key, nothing but the key attribute. Hence, these two are called as strong entities. Hence, those can be represented, those should be represented with a single rectangular line. And coming to this diagram, if there are two tables, okay, if you want to maintain a relationship between the student and a course, why we should maintain a relationship? So okay, so in this diagram, the relationship name is enrolled in. Enrolled in. Okay. Let us go with the differences. In which slide do we have this difference? Okay. Not a problem. So see here, enrolled in, here is a relationship. Why we kept as a name of the relationship between these two is enrolled in? Because it gives us the meaning. Okay. What does it mean is, student is enrolling to the course. Okay. Student enrolled in the courses. Have you enrolled to the courses in this semester? Have you enrolled? Hmm? Have you enrolled to the courses? I'm asking. Without enrolled, have you able to access the Moodle of our specific subject? No, we cannot be able to access. So we have to enroll. Okay. So here the students will be enrolled to the courses, but we kept here the. Can you see the difference between the these two entities to the relationship?
Yes, ma'am. Double line.
Double line between what to what?
Student and enrolled in.
Yeah, student and enrolled in. Why? Because all the students are have to should register into the course. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is what it is, nothing but it gives us the information that is total participation. All the students, okay, will enroll to the course. Whatever the courses, all the students, okay, have enrolled. So that is what it has a strong relationship, okay, between the course. So that is what we here we kept double lines. But maybe few courses will be there which may not be enrolled by the student. That is what it doesn't have the two lines between the course and enrolled in. Am I right? Do you got understand? Students, if you have doubt, you ask me here. Otherwise, it is a bit complex. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with the relation from the relationship to the entity, if there is a double line, so that it means that all the entities are enrolling to the course. So a single line indicates what? The course. Okay. Maybe the courses. All the courses are not enrolled by the student. That is the meaning. So you can even go with the theory, whatever which we have mentioned here in the slide. If you have any doubts, you just ask me now only. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just sharing here this slide. You can go with it. You just read all the differences. Even I'll tell you the difference meaning also. What is the differences between the strong entity set and the weak entity set? Yes, got it. Any doubts? If you have any doubt at any point, you just ask me because I didn't explain, but tell me. Have you understood the first difference? Hmm. No? Go through this. You leave this one. And up to this, I just explained you. I think. Got it? Roll number 2. Number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 39.
Yes, ma'am.
22.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so up to 4 points clear, right? Or do you have any doubts even for the 4th point also?